What's happening, YouTube? Landon Huffman back with another video. First time viewing the channel, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Today we've got something a little bit different for the channel. This is going to be a brand new series coming to the channel on Mondays called Monday Mock Run. I'm pretty excited to do this. I've been wanting to have like a sit-down interview style series on the channel for a good little while, and this doesn't necessarily have to just be focused on me talking to you. This could be me sitting down with anybody, really. So I'm pretty excited to get into this. Today's going to be a short and sweet video. There's some topics I'd like to discuss and some things that I feel like I can help others with that I've experienced in the racing industry, and especially younger racers. And that's why today's topic and today's episode of the Monday Mock Run is going to be a little bit of advice from me to the younger racers out there in the NASCAR industry, short track industry. And we have to be drinking and sipping on a Blowing Rock High Country Pale Ale. So I've been into these IPAs here lately. This one's okay. I like Blowing Rock Cloud Rise the best, if you guys ever tried that. But just hopping right into it. If you're a young racer out there and you're happen to stumble upon this video, I'm going to give you a few pointers, some points of interest, and things that I've experienced over my time racing, working on my own race cars, and just growing up in the industry, trying to make it as a race car driver. Some of the things that I've hit, some of the walls I've hit, not literally, I have hit a good many walls in my lifetime, but just some, some obstacles I had to hurdle over, and some that knocked me down, and my best advice to you on how to deal with those things. So the first thing I want to touch on is race where you can win. So this happens a lot of times at the lower levels, I feel like, and even, when you get to the Camping World Truck Series level or something of that nature, you don't really deal with it as much because you kind of know what your equipment is. So you know if you've got a shot to win or not, right? Well, at a local level, a lot of times people try to outrace their budget. If you're a young guy, you're working on your own race cars, you're trying to make it, and you may not have the budget to race with the big guys in the late model, or you may not have the budget to travel, don't travel. Race at your local track, race where it's cheap, race where you can win, because I can guarantee you that winning often is going to do you a lot better than running 5th or 6th or 8th or 10th at a track, somewhere you're traveling to, versus you racing your weekly show, even a series down from the highest series, and win a lot of races. So race where you can win. It's very important. Don't try to do too much with what you've got, because a lot of times you go broke or you run like shit and it sucks. Another thing I dealt with pretty early in my career, I thought I was going to be a Cup driver. Obviously, I grew up watching my dad race, and he was very fortunate to get the opportunities he had. Raced at a Truck Series level, Goodies Dash Series level. He got to make a few Busch Grand National starts. He made some Sportsman starts back in the 80s, raced late models for a long time. Obviously, I didn't get to experience that, but I did get to watch him race the Goodies Dash Series and, into his Truck Series, his last 2 years of his Truck Series career. And, I thought that I was going to have an opportunity to do that. I obviously have the faith in my talent, as all of you should. All you guys out there that are young, trying to make it up the ranks, you should have the utmost confidence in yourself, no doubt about that. But it's very easy, especially if you don't have money. If you're not blessed with the family gene of a Dollar Tree, it makes it very difficult to advance at the ranks, right? Well, one of the easiest things to do is let envy and jealousy really take you over. And I feel like I fought that early in my career. Not that my career's been very long, or if I even really had a career, but it was hard, man. You see a lot of guys that you outrun at the local level, get opportunities at the truck level, at the Xfinity level, and so on, and you're like, well, shit, I outran this guy on a regular basis at Hickory or Tri-County or wherever you're racing. And it's really easy just to get frustrated and think, oh, that should be me, that should be me out there. He doesn't deserve to be there. It's really easy to fall into that frame of mind, and you have to be careful, because it's a cancer. It really is. It eats you away. It causes you not to be able to focus on making your own program better, or making your own race cars faster. It can even tear into your family life and your personal relationships with people. It eats away at you. So as a young racer, that's something that you've got to keep in your head, that, just because you don't have the money gene in your family or blessed with an opportunity doesn't mean you're not going to get one down the road, right? It also means that, you know, if you let that tear away at you, you're probably, you know, it's going to hurt your opportunity, or it's going to hurt your chances to get that opportunity, you know, later down the road. And so don't let that discourage you. Just the envy and jealousy aspect of racing is a cancer. Don't let that eat away at you. Just focus on you. Do what you know how to do. Focus on the places you get to race, the areas you can race, the series, and the race cars that you get to set in. Because every time you set in a race car, you know, it's a privilege. It's a privilege to set in a race car, period. There's a lot of people on this planet that will never have the opportunity to set in a race car. So, yes, others may be more fortunate than you, but that doesn't mean you're not fortunate yourself. And that was something I struggled with for a while. So once I come to grasp with, you know, not being, me worrying about other people is not going to help me move forward, I guess, is the best way to put it. I think another thing I struggled with is setting realistic expectations when I was younger. You know, I think, like I said earlier, you know, I wanted to be a Cup driver. Thought I could be a Cup driver. Still think if I got an opportunity, I could be a Cup driver, right? We should all think that way. But, you know, I was very blessed with several opportunities in Mike Miller's truck, in the Camping World Truck Series. I got a really good opportunity with Venturini Motorsports and Toyota in the ARCA Series. But, you know, when I stepped into Mike Miller's truck, I thought that I was going to win the race. You know, you think you can outperform your equipment at that level. And it was a very, very quick, I guess, reality check for me to get in and realize that, damn, I cannot carry this equipment a whole lot farther than what I am already. So, you know, I didn't go in with a realistic expectation. I thought that I could compete in the top 10 in that, and that also ate away at me. You know, I started questioning the other opportunities I got in the Truck Series. You know, I started questioning whether I could do it or not. You know, whether I had enough talent to be able to do it, which is, nobody should feel that way if you're in, you know, a truck that, or a car, or it even happens at the local level. You know, you may be racing in the late model series against David Gillen Racing or Junior Motorsports, and, you know, you've got your own little backyard program out of your shop, which is perfectly fine. You know, that's how I've raced my whole life. But when you beat those guys, it's a big deal, right? You can expect to beat them every week, but realistically, you know, it's going to be a tough challenge to go after. So realistic expectations is big. Set high expectations for yourself. I'm not saying don't, you know, keep yourself held at a high standard and expect a lot from yourself, but make sure they're realistic and make sure, you know, it's something that you can actually attain. Because if it's way too high, more times than not, it's gonna end up in a huge letdown. Another thing that I struggled with early, which maybe not too early, because I feel like this is something I actually did better at, but it's one of the best advice, or one of the best pieces of advice I can give you guys. Oh God, excuse me. Is learn the business, man. I mean, it is a hard business to learn, and money is king. Money is king. Everybody knows that. You know, you're advancing through the ladder strictly based off of money. And if you have money, you guys watching. If you guys can pay the bills, you guys can race. I mean, that's just how it is. So, if you're a young kid and you're trying to figure out ways to create more opportunities for yourself, learn the business. Learn what a B2B deal is. Learn how the marketing programs and activation programs are structured in our sport in today's age, because what worked in the 90s and early 2000s definitely doesn't work now. You got to learn, you know, how deals are made. And maybe that's a topic we can talk about on this channel is, you know, what are NASCAR sponsorships composed of these days? How are they structured, and what makes them work versus what worked in the 90s? But just make sure you learn the business, learn the marketing side of it, learn Photoshop, Illustrator, those things. Those are tools that you can use yourself to help further the impact you can have on going after sponsors and the image for yourself and your personal brand. All those things are important, and I just feel like I can't stress enough how important it is to understand what makes a sponsorship deal work, because you're not just going to go to a business and say, hey, I race at Hickory Motor Speedway in front of 550 people every Saturday night. why don't you give me $20,000? You know, I'll put your name on the side of my race car, huh? It ain't gonna work, man. Not gonna work. Maybe in the 90s it had a small effect on people and it could work, but it doesn't these days. You got to figure out how to provide more for that person, and that goes along with learning the business. All right, the last point, or I guess piece of advice that I can leave you guys with, is love what you do. Love working on your race cars. Love the process. You got to have fun. If you're not having fun, then it's pointless, especially in a sport where money drives everything, and there are so many downs versus the highs that you get in the sport. But what makes the sport so great is how much of an impact those highs carry, right? But you're still going to have a lot more lows than you are highs, and you have to remember that, and you have to know that. But you have to enjoy it. You have to love the process. I did at one point. I got to a point in my life where I was chasing the truck series and chasing the bigger things and trying to find money. I lost my love for racing. It wasn't there. I got back to racing at my local short tracks, doing what I enjoy most, and my passion came back. And I'm more driven now to race at my local tracks than I ever have been. And I just, I can't stress enough to you guys the importance of having fun. Because if you're not having fun, no point in you guys doing this. All right, guys, I'm about to finish this pale ale. Woo. But if you guys enjoyed this, drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel. We crushed 5,000 subs, and I cannot thank you guys enough for that. This channel has been skyrocketing forward. It's all thanks to you guys. I'm going to try to do this every Monday. Remember, this is the Monday mock run. Landon Huffman here. Again, thank you guys for the support. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Hopefully, we'll have a few race shop restoration videos this week. But until then, cheers, guys. Have a blessed day.